Scorpio, welcome to your August 2009 love reading. So, you guys probably already know this, but I am doing the readings in the order of the popularity of mid-July. So, go ahead and check out that playlist if you guys are curious to see the order. You can go to the playlist and then organize it by popularity, and that is the order in which I am doing all of these readings as we go through each month. So just bear that in mind. And if you guys want to get these readings faster, please make sure to like the video and also comment on the video, because it does help out the video a lot with the algorithm, as some of you probably already know. But yeah, so we're gonna jump in with the regular reading here, and then if you guys feel called to join me for the extended reading, the link is going to be in the description down below. So let's check this out. Ooh. Whoa, okay. Okay, what? Scorpio, as deep as always. My mother is a Scorpio, so I feel very akin to you all. And as a Pisces myself, you know, I get it with the water signs. You did actually get your tarot card in this spread. You get the Death card, and this is the sign for Scorpio. This is Scorpio's card. And so it's in your final outcome, and it is in the reverse, which tells me a couple of different things. Tells me, first of all, that there could be a change in your life that you are avoiding or resisting. There is definitely a lot of resistance in this spread, because 6 out of the 7 cards that I have here are in the reverse. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the Death card can also represent for me that there are messages coming through from spirit guides, deceased loved ones, things of that nature. So, I'm feeling like there's some deep diving that needs to happen for you, Scorpio, and that's definitely going to be happening for you in the month of 2019. Kind of like, I feel like towards the mid or the end of it, because there is so much resistance, right? So there's some walls that need to be broken down and we need to break through, because I feel like there's this really big refusal to open up to someone in your life that is your soulmate, okay? You have 2 of the like quintessential beginning love cards, okay? You have the 2 of Cups, and you also have the Ace of Cups, but it's in the reverse, alrighty? So this is telling me that you have already met your soulmate or twin flame. I think the difficulty for you is that there is a karmic cycle that you're putting yourself through over and over, and kind of like pushing this person out, because the Ace of Cups is in the reverse, and again, the Death cycle is in the reverse. And so I feel like there's a lot of fear of letting this person in because of uncertainty. Maybe the 2 of you had a relationship in the past, maybe you haven't, but it's as if there's some kind of fear over what the result is going to be, you know, once you do open up and once you do let them back in. There is kind of this overall what feels like this shunning of like everyone in your life, and it feels like you're in this period of solitude. You have the 3 of Cups in the reverse, which is my like community sisterhood kind of card. And on top of it, you have the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, which tells me that there's no interest for you in like working on developing any kind of relationships or like putting in time or effort into anything, potentially because you feel like you've been hurt in the past. But then you also have the Justice in the reverse, okay? And this for me can represent 2 things. It can represent a breakup, It can also represent the lesson of a karmic cycle not having been learned yet. And so the scales are not settled just quite yet. Things are still out of balance. And I think the biggest way to allow things to get into balance is to take a risk and to push yourself outside of your comfort zone and to do things kind of against your anxieties. Because, you know, as a water sign, you are very in tune with your emotions, and your intuition is extremely heightened, is very strong. But here's the thing is, and you probably know this too, is that there's a difference between a fear or an anxiety versus intuition or a gut feeling. The two are different. For me, I can feel them in different parts of my body. I can tell that if I am feeling anxiety, I kind of feel it in my chest, and it feels like it's difficult to breathe. It feels like everything is heavy. Whereas if I'm getting a sense of intuition, for me it kind of appears both in my third eye and in my solar plexus. So kind of like that gut feeling, and also like that kind of knowing feeling. And it may be different for you, but it's something that I would encourage you to kind of look into and educate yourself on, because I feel like the anxieties and the fears are the major thing that are holding yourself back from allowing this relationship in, allowing this relationship to flourish, okay? So this death card, especially with it being in the reverse, it's almost as if there's like some kind of fear, like running away from kind of like your true self. And so I feel like this soulmate or twin flame that is in your life, they could be potentially a twin flame, and you could be the runner, they could be the pursuer. And I think that they are scaring you because they are making you see the shadow side of yourself. They're making you see a part of yourself that maybe you're scared to dive deeper into, which is so interesting as a Scorpio, because that is what you love to do, is to dive deep, right? And so I think that that's going to be your biggest challenge, is letting this person in and going on this adventure and seeing what comes out of it, because you're just holding yourself back from something really amazing. Okay, hang on. You have authority. So interesting. And what came to mind when I was thinking of that was like problems with authority, or like pushing back against authority. We do have the Queen of Swords here in the reverse. This could represent a mother figure or an elder of yours, someone that could potentially have had some kind of authority over your life. And actually, it's honestly making me think that this is like someone who almost even approved of this person in your life. And it's like there's this resistance to this particular person because of this approval of this other person. And so there's just this need for a need of approval, kind of. I mean, I could take it even back and say, like, this person is not approving of this other person. I feel like it's something like that, where there's conflicting things going on, where one person likes this soulmate and the other person doesn't. But I feel like you're pushing this person away because there's something going on here with this mother figure, this Queen of Swords character. You've got conflict and defeat, as well as spiritual strength for oracle cards. Okay, I'm kind of like getting more of a vibe for it now. Like, it feels like a relationship that you had in the past, whether or not it was friendship or romantic, and something went wrong. And I still am getting the vibe that there is a problem with this mother figure. And for some of you, they're going to be okay with this relationship. For others, they're not going to be okay with this relationship. And that is a factor into whether or not you're going to allow this person back into your life. And so there's more healing that needs to be done than just with this particular love relationship, if this makes sense. Because again, we are going through this karmic cycle over here. There's this lesson that needs to be learned, and it is above the relationship with the mother. So the healing could be needing to be found with the parental figure first before moving into this relationship, either again or for the first time with this person. And then also we have spiritual strength. So, you know, this could represent if you are into the Buddha, or if you're into teachings of Buddhism, this could be a path that could be useful to you. Any kind of teaching, maybe if there was a saying that I feel like, or a mantra that you've been hearing over and over again, listen to that and really dive deep into what it is that it's actually trying to teach you. There's a lot going on right now. I feel like there's kind of like an identity crisis, there's a karmic cycle, there is a problem with the mother figure, as well as this problem with letting this person back in. And this is like all things that I want to dive deeper into and get more clarity on in this extended reading for sure. And kind of get like more of a little bit of a fine-tuned message for you. So let me pull some tea leaf oracles. That was a loud smack. And then I'm going to jump over into the extended reading, and you can feel free to join me there if you feel called to. Nice. Oh, okay. So we have Jug. Lighthearted, carefree time. And then we also have Owl. Good advice from a wise person. Okay, this is kind of helping things get a little bit more clarified already. Scorpio, you gotta just let loose and have fun and appreciate things at face value. And I think for you, this big struggle that you're going through right now is understanding the difference between anxieties versus your intuition. And there is this kind of like this big thing against this authority, or like this kind of sense of this big brother kind of a vibe, right? And this good advice from a wise person, this could actually be from this Queen of Swords character. And this could be advice that you aren't necessarily listening to. And I think it's very interesting that it's actually coming from a Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords can always be misinterpreted or misrepresented as someone who is like cold or strict, or like has no interest in like having a good time. They definitely do. It's just for them, their idea of fun involves intellect or wit, or, you know, it's not necessarily like going to a party and like celebrating all the time like they're like is being presented here in the Three of Cups. You know, it's kind of a bit more quiet and more subdued. And so I feel like the advice that was given from this person came across in a way that didn't feel authentic to you in that moment in time. And so I think that it's about coming back to that advice, and then that's going to lead you down this lesson with this Justice in the reverse, and kind of help you open back up again to this relationship. So the guidance for you is to be careful not to look at things so deeply and try to overanalyze everything. The point is to just take everything for face value and to enjoy things in the moment. And if things aren't working for you, then things aren't working for you. But don't push away things because you feel some sense of aggression or fear at having to put up with like something inside of you. I think that a lot of that is going to come from the spiritual work that you're about to go down. And again, that's what you're going to see here with this death and this transformation and this kind of like embracing this new lifestyle. I think that's the biggest thing too, is embracing this change, embracing this transformation into this new form of yourself. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm going to jump into the extended reading now, so if you feel called to join me, Scorpio, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, please make sure to like the video and comment, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video.